live from the Power and Light District in Kansas City. It's a show that wants to say thank you for so many wonderful people coming out, even though there are several signs that don't seem super complimentary.
KW, I don't know if our camera can get it, but this guy here has a sign. Turn it around. I'm not sleeping on Mac Jones. I'm comatose.
Okay. That's too much. That's too much.
That's an all-timer. That's an all-timer.
Thank you, everyone. The crowd is hyped. I might have to change my pick.
Oh!
Well,
spoiler.
I mean, there's just so much energy here.
It is.
And as you know, I can be easily swayed, bro. I'm not a man with a lot of conviction.
Captain Easy stance.
Yes, exactly. The defending Super Bowl champion is 7-3 in the last 2 rematches.
In the last 10 rematches.
10, not 2. That doesn't make sense.
No.
That's why you're the math guy on the show. I appreciate it.
We cut that off before he said, you know, don't get ready, stay ready, and a penny saved is a penny earned.
Okay. Here's the problem. Super Bowl hangover alert. Every time there is a rematch since 1997, it would be the Chiefs in this case who would lose the game. The only time it didn't happen is when the Eagles defeated Kansas City in 2023. So, can the Chiefs beat the Eagles if the Eagles are at their best?
I don't remember who suggested this question. And
I think it was you.
All right. Well, I'm insulted by it. So listen, I think there is an element of people have forgotten who the Chiefs are, because I get it. It's been a whole 8 quarters of football they haven't played well. I know it's just a lifetime. It's a lifetime. 8 quarters of football that they haven't looked like the Chiefs.
Very meaningful quarters.
Well, 4 of them were very meaningful. The other one was game 1 of a season, like in Brazil. I don't know where it stacks up on the meaningful list, but there's certainly the first 4 were quite meaningful where they didn't play well. That's fine. The Chiefs, if the Chiefs play their best, they not only can beat anyone, they have proven they will beat anyone. What is the game we point to where we're like, man, Kansas City played great and lost? The only one I can think of is Mahomes' first year as a starter, AFC Championship game against Brady and the Patriots, and that one, they didn't get the ball in overtime. Now, we didn't cry about it, so the NFL didn't change the rules like they did for the Bills, but still. And so we have seen these 2 teams play, and the Eagles play great and lose a Super Bowl. We have not, there is not a game. What, the Eagles didn't play great, bro?
The one mistake the Eagles made was unforced. That fumble from Jalen cost them the game.
Right, but don't you think I didn't say they played perfect. The Eagles played great in that. That
wasn't their best game, though. That's the question.
Well, yeah, and so we can't point to a game that we feel like the Chiefs played their best and lost in 6 years. So yes, if the Chiefs play their best at Arrowhead, that will beat Philadelphia.
Here's the thing, and Greg and I were talking about this. If one team plays its best, the other's not going to. Because my best is going to make you not play your best.
There you go.
And that's the thing. Now, look, obviously the Chiefs are a fantastic team. But the only way they could beat the Eagles at their best is if the Chiefs are at their best. And right now, without Xavier Worthy and Rashee Wright, they're not at their best. So if the Eagles come in here Sunday and have their A-plus game, I'm sorry, Kansas City, because I love you, the Eagles are walking out with a W.
So, just so I can just follow up on that, if they both play A-plus games, you think the Eagles win? Because I don't.
In the state that the Chiefs are in right now without Worthy and Rice, yes.
Oh, go ahead, Greg.
Look, man, you guys look good, but I'm going to hurt your feelings. With Worthy, with Rice, at their best, the Eagles are the better team right now. It just is what it is. When you look at it, we can start with the coaching. Everyone wants to give Andy Reid all the praise, and he is deserving of it. Nick Sirianni is right there in terms of what he's been able to accomplish in this time.
Wow, let's take a bow.
Patrick Mahomes. We'll give Patrick Mahomes the nod, But in the short stint that Jalen Hurts has been the starting quarterback, he's had tremendous amount of success. Then you go to the running back. Well, we'll give that to the Eagles.
We know that.
Offensive line, Eagles. We go to the perimeter, Eagles. We go to the defensive side. Defensive line, I'll give you Chris Jones and that defensive line.
Okay.
But Jalen Carter is right there. So it's almost a wash.
Okay, but so hold on. But defense as a whole, I don't know that you can give to the Eagles.
I don't know if you...
Let's call it a wash.
Based off of what we just saw in week 1 against the Chargers, I don't know that we can just nod in agreement and say, I'll give it to the Chiefs.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. So to Bruce's point, because I thought both defenses played poorly in week 1. And if we want to say that for the Eagles, it's all about Jalen Carter spitting on Dak and being thrown out, so be it. But I think it was more to that. If the defense is a wash, and the Eagles obviously have the advantages, you know, as far as the skill position groups, the offensive line, the Chiefs' advantage, you glossed over it. The Chiefs have a huge edge at quarterback and coach. And while he might not agree, I know you do. I know you.
Huge?
Yeah. Greg, if you don't think Jalen Hurts is in the discussion for best quarterback in the world,
I mean,
you don't think that. You certainly don't think Nick Sirianni is in the discussion for best coach in the world. And it's the guys at the front of that discussion are the Chiefs guys. So to my point, Chiefs at their best means, in no uncertain terms, an A-plus Mahomes game.
So last year's Super Bowl, you picked the Chiefs, I picked the Chiefs, Brew picked the Chiefs. There was one man who was brave enough to say, you know what? I don't think there's enough Mahomes magic on Super Bowl Sunday. Let's take a listen.
Greg, it's time. You haven't made your official pick.
I'm going to stand up because I found something that I just feel like was very fitting, Wilds.
Okay.
And it was somewhere over here.
Oh, no.
And I was like, we going with the Eagles. We going with the Eagles. E-A-G-L-S.
You spelled it wrong.
Everybody everybody spells it wrong on social media. Everybody spells it wrong. E-G-L-O-E-S.
I gotta tell you.
We don't care how we get it done.
I gotta tell you.
Just get it done.
I mean, the keys.
Wow.
This is the worst moment in the history of the show.
Greg, that was last year.
That was last year.
Even Jalen Hurts says these are two new teams. We're going to drop banners later on, but are you ready to make an early pick on this game?
I am, Wilds. I'm very ready. And look, last year was last year. It's a new season. I am smart enough to understand when I am outmanned.
Oh.
Today, I am outmanned. So I stand up and I salute all of you Kansas City fans. However, I stand in solidarity with one fan in here. One fan.
Oh, my God.
And I do it again.
Oh, my.
E-A-G, the power,
The courage.
Yes, Eagles, they will win, baby. We're locked in.
I mean,
Wow. Got some guts.
this is really shameful.
Through your reaction to
This
Greg's
is
brave
really
pick.
shameful.
Let's go.
Wow.
I'm with you. I'm
Your
with
pick is
you.
coming up. Has that reception changed your mind a little bit?
Way back.
Oh, he's back.
I mean, you better be a bodybuilder coming up in here picking the Eagles. You better have muscles upon muscles.
Number
Greg
11 is really
handing it to the
carrying
crowd.
everybody.
To be fair,
Go ahead.
I think the Super Bowl was the 5th or 6th consecutive playoff game Greg had picked against the Chiefs. And so it wasn't like a unique opinion. I'm pretty sure he had Tua and the Dolphins coming to Kansas City and beating them.
I did not.
Definitely had the
You want to
Bills.
laugh at something? I did have them in the Super Bowl losing to the Eagles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's time now for the hottest segment in all of sports. It's upset alert. We're going to do a quick rehash of the standings.
Yeah.
On who really can predict games the best. Surprise, surprise. The Punxsutawney Phil of football up 1-0.
So Coach picked the Giants to win. They got blasted. Brew picked the Texans to win. They didn't get blasted, but they didn't cover. Wilds picked the Titans to win. They almost came. They could have come through for you if literally anyone in this crowd were coaching the team other than Brian Callahan. So you have the thinnest of leads, 1 point for a cover, but not a win, outright win.
All right, it's time for upset. Who's going first in upset alert? Greg?
Greg.
Of course. I know I just
Fan
disappointed
favorite.
the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go with this game. There's a game that we were all excited about, happened on Monday night, and the Vikings were in it. There's another game coming up. They got to play the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow.
At US Bank, hear me out. Last year, go back to last year. Last year, they played late in the season. Kirk Cousins was making his return. He ended up playing terrible, had the 2 interceptions. Conversely, Sam Darnold went bonkers, threw for 5 touchdowns, almost 350 yards, and it was a straight touchdown light show for the Minnesota Vikings. This year, week 1 was drastically different for both. They both had very emotional wins and losses.
Yep.
Atlanta Falcons losing in a fashion where Michael Penix Jr. did his job to finish the game. They just had to go up against Baker, and he finished for his team to win.
And then they missed the field goal.
And they missed the field goal by the Minnesota Vikings. JJ, I love you, man. He had a tremendous ending to that game. A lot of highs. I think this week, playing at home, trying to recapture and recreate that feeling that we saw them end with is going to be challenging, and you're going to be riding on that a little bit. I don't know if they can recapture that, and I think that the Atlanta Falcons, because of what they did experience last week against Baker and that Bucs team, they will overcome it and they will get the win.
Greg, I love that pick. I love that pick.
Drew,
And by the way, can I just tell Greg, this game was Minnesota by 4.5. It's down to 3.5 because so much money's coming in on the Falcons. People like your side of it, Greg.
All right, Brew, you need to get on the board here.
I do. I need a big one here, and I'm going with the gutsiest pick of the weekend.
Really?
On this show, I'm telling you, it's the gutsiest pick on this show of the weekend. Nick Wright will be kicking himself after this result.
I'm interested.
Because he totally just jettisoned this guy, and he's no longer his man after riding with him for so long. I am going with the Chicago Bears.
Wow.
To take down the Detroit Lions.
I love this.
A year ago, Caleb Williams didn't have a ton of great games, but 2 of his best games were against a Detroit Lions team that probably was better last year than it is this year. I get it with the defensive injuries. But in those 2 games last year, Caleb threw for almost 600 yards in the 2 games combined, 5 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and they almost beat Detroit last year. They lost 23-20 in one of those games. So I'm expecting a bounce-back game from Caleb Williams. Not a blowout by any stretch, but Chicago gets in the win column by upsetting the Detroit Lions, who will be reeling.
That's a gutsy pick,
That is.
bro. That would flip a lot of narratives about the NFC North this season.
Yep.
Time now for the Punxsutawney Phil of football to make his upset alert prediction. I know you said you were taking a big swing. Well, not quite as big.
Wow.
Browns
Oh, man.
over the Ravens.
Oh, stop it. He's going to stop it.
Wow.
You don't believe
Get
this.
me out. Oh, what's going to happen? How can Lamar's going to, of course, roll the Browns. Are you sure? Let's look at the last 6 games Lamar against the Cleveland Browns. It's just 500. He's completing 60% of his passes. They're not letting him run. Nobody can run on Cleveland. 9 touchdowns, 3 turnovers, passer rating under 100, which is 97, still pretty good, but it's actually low from Lamar. Now, it can get out of hand. 2 of the 3 wins came by 25. Now, here's a graphic that seems to be against my own case. Best record after a loss. We oftentimes use this as a Mahomes graphic. It's also a Lamar graphic, 17-4 after a loss. The tricky thing is, one of those losses was week 2 last year in Baltimore against a team that nobody really believed in the Raiders. And why did that Raiders game happen? Because Gardner Minshew, Kansas City Chief, goes 30 for 38 for 276 yards. Felt very comfy in Baltimore. Gardner feels, got his jean shorts on. Joe Flacco in Baltimore? You think he's going to be like, oh, poor me, Joe Flacco, I'm 45 years old. He's going to feel very comfy. That Ravens defense, Brew, which we know is in their DNA, I just watched them give up 40 points and fall apart. Do I think
Josh Allen, not Joe Flacco.
Ooh, Joe Flacco feels comfy there. Joe Flacco's like, by the way, I'm a Super Bowl MVP. Ravens fall to the Browns.
You would take a massive early season lead. 14.5-pointer right there.
Huge.
KW?
It's time now, whether you like it or not.
No, that's not.
For Nick's picks.
Indeed. Nick's picks. Hey, you know what we didn't bring to Kansas City? The throne. You know why? I don't know what camera. There we go. Because Danny ain't on it anymore. I'm 2-1. You'll find out what his record is in about an hour, but it ain't 2-1. The only team let me down was the Chiefs. More on them in a moment. Raiders, 2.5-point dogs, went outright. Buffalo, the point of line value. They opened as 1.5-point favorites. We didn't bet it then. As 1.5-point dogs, they cover and win. Almost the rarest of rare. Never a doubts for the Bills. 2-1 on the year. Let's get started. KW. It's now or never for the New England Patriots.
It is. Oh.
The Patriots getting a point and a half against Miami. Miami's got 2 corners haven't practiced this week. An offensive lineman, a D tackle, one of their tight ends not practicing. Now, I don't love that Christian Gonzalez is probably out, and I don't love that the real feel for the game might be 104. However, Miami is already in the dreaded players-only meeting portion of the season. We're a week in, boys. If the Patriots can't win this game, they're cooked. They're done. They gotta win. I think they will win. Getting a point and a half, I'll take it. Next, going back to one of my favorites, the Prince getting 3.5 against Cincinnati. As bad as Cincinnati is in week 1, they're actually worse in week 2. Zach Taylor, guess what? He doesn't win in week 2. Joe Burrow, he doesn't win in week 2. And now that Bengals O-line against Josh Hines Allen, against that Jags front, Travis Hunter gonna be more involved. The Prince, and I'm getting more than a field goal. Can the Jags win outright? Absolutely. Do they have to win outright? No, they don't. 24-21, either direction, I'll take the win. And don't show it yet, Dust. It's very rare, and again, gamble responsibly, don't bet more than you can afford to lose. However, we might go the next 10 years and not have this type of investment opportunity. The Kansas City Chiefs are underdogs at Arrowhead. I'll say it again. The Kansas City Chiefs are underdogs at Arrowhead. Tom Brady in his heyday went 8 years without being an underdog at home. It took Peyton Manning peak Broncos coming into Gillette to be an underdog. As respect the Eagles, respect Jalen Hurts, he ain't Peyton Manning peak Broncos. The Chiefs getting a point and a half in a game they are going to win outright. So all dogs, all live dogs. Patriots plus 1.5. The Prince and the Jags plus 3.5. And the Chiefs plus 1.5. That's a 3-0 weekend.
I'm rooting for you. What happened last time Mahomes was an underdog in Arrowhead?
They lost.
Oh, wow.
It's only happened once ever.
I have a commitment to the truth.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.